Hi, I'm Dave from Thomas Jacks, and we've also got Tom from Thomas Jacks, and we're going to clear up a bit of confusion about one of the factors that you want to consider when you're buying a thermal device, and that is NETD. Now, NETD
stands for Noise Equivalent Temperature Differential.
Noise Equivalent Temperature Differential, which in real terms is an ability of a sensor to distinguish between minute temperature differences.
Correct.
Of 1,000 degrees. So the smaller the number, the smaller temperature difference is better. So you want an NETD with a small number, don't you?
Yes, but Dave, it's not quite as simple as that.
Right.
So, Pulsar, whenever they have put a thermal sensor in a product, they list the sensor's NETD. So purely what the sensor is producing.
And they're using French-made, Linred, high-quality sensors.
Yes.
All right, brilliant. Yeah. Okay, so
European sensors from Linred in France.
So the raw data supplied from the factory, that is what the sensor is capable of. Brilliant.
Exactly.
Okay. Doesn't everyone do that?
Not quite.
Okay.
And this is where hopefully we'll clear it up for the people watching.
Brilliant.
What Pulsar have now also done, which you've seen listed online and we're just going to start talking about, is the sNETD.
Right, and that's different, and that's the number that everyone else refers to in their spec of their device. Okay, so what is sNETD?
So sNETD, Dave, is the system NETD.
Right.
So you have the NETD, which is, like we said, your sensor.
The sensor.
And you also have your system NETD.
Right.
So sNETD.
Right, so it's gone through all the processing, algorithms,
algorithms,
filters,
software, optics, load of other components.
Right, and that's kind of the output, rather than the input ability to measure temperature, it's the output of measuring that temperature.
Yeah, in simple terms.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, surely they're going to be the same thing. Was one better than the other?
Yes and no, and this is where it gets quite complicated.
Right.
So you can change the algorithms, pump software in.
Right.
And you can lower that number. And you can keep lowering it, pump in extra software and everything in, but there is a sort of a fine line where you can get to.
Right,
so you can go to the far extreme.
Right.
But Pulsar have sort of found the sweet spot, so to speak.
So if you had a lower quality sensor, you could do an awful lot of processing. You're not manipulating it. Well, I suppose you are. You're manipulating the input in order to achieve something that is good enough in particular conditions. And where it's most important is in
these
fog,
conditions
like this. So we're ideal. It's ideal. We're testing it today. Right. So because Pulsar are using the high quality sensors, they don't need to do too much processing, I'm guessing?
No.
Right, okay.
No. So Pulsar have always, in my opinion, had a true image.
Okay.
And if you pump algorithms and everything into that, you're kind of getting again, I'll call it a cartoony image. Or you can get a little bit of lag by pumping all this software in.
I've seen that. You almost get a silhouette of the animal, you lose all the detail of the background. Right, okay.
Yeah, where on Pulsar's devices, say you're looking at birds or just general wildlife, deer, anything like that.
Okay.
If that object comes into view, yes, you can see that object. Yes, you can identify it, but you can also see all of your surroundings. So if you've got a backdrop of trees, you can see the backdrop.
Right.
If you're looking at a deer in an open field, you'll be able to see, if it's in a drilled field, you can see the drill lines, you can see the hedges, you can see everything.
So you're getting all the detail of the surroundings as well, so better spatial awareness. You kind of get to understand the environment that the animal is in as well as the animal's detail as well.
Yes.
Whereas if all that manipulation is going on with a lower grade sensor, a cheaper quality sensor, then you may get animal detail, it may or may not be silhouetted a little bit, but you're going to lose a lot of the background detail as well.
Yeah.
Okay, well that doesn't sound brilliant.
No, and this is what we need to understand.
Right.
Yes, when you look at buying a thermal, everyone goes off the lowest NETD value.
Whatever's published by the manufacturer?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you've got to understand it more to be able to work out, well, hold on, if that model says a sub 15 and this is a sub 20,
yeah,
in theory the sub 15 will be better. On
right.
paper,
yes.
yes.
But you're actually comparing two different figures. One's the input and one's the output. So Pulsar are providing both of those figures in future.
The manufacturer's sensor NETD.
Okay, yeah.
And the sNETD.
Right, okay. I've thought of something else. If there's a lot of processing that's going on, as well as it maybe not giving you all the information on the screen, surely that's going to have an impact on how much power it takes to just use the device.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more power hungry.
Yes.
So it's going to run out of juice quicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like if you compare it to cars or computers.
Right.
If you've got a car in your, say, your super up, make it all fancy, it's going to use more fuel.
Okay, I've got it.
Same sort of principle
right.
in a roundabout way.
The important thing is get a high quality sensor that doesn't need quite so much processing in order to achieve
those
what looks like a good NETD value. Okay, the other thing that I have noticed, and again, this must be something to do with it's taking a lot of power to get that image in a decent quality to get to your eye, is if you're scanning around or if it's a moving object, you can notice a bit of a lag. Yeah, the latency. Is that related to this?
Yes, in simple terms.
Okay.
So because you're picking up all that information in that sensor.
Yeah.
Because as you're panning, it's trying to take in all that information.
Yeah.
The sensor can't necessarily keep up.
Okay.
So that's why there's a bit of a lag.
Right. Okay. Because
I
don't notice that at all with Pulsar devices. And again, that's because it's got a high quality sensor in there, not much processing.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. That's great. Was there anything else in terms of something that's highly processed to achieve a decent system NETD versus a good quality sensor like Pulsar? So you've got latency is going to be better with a high quality sensor that needs less processing. Battery power is going to last longer with a high quality sensor.
Image quality,
detail is going to be better. That's surely it. Is that everything? That sounds like quite a lot. That sounds like it's worth paying a little bit more for something that's got high quality components in that you can trust. And if you've got both of those bits of data now, you can make a true comparison and enjoy using your thermal in conditions like this. Brilliant. Excellent. So there you go. That's sNETD and NETD. I'm David Thomas Jacks.
I'm Tom at Thomas Jacks.
Thanks very much for watching. If you want more detail on it, you can visit tj-focus.co.uk, and for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.